decided I should do. This is, I just smacked it. This is my new phone. And I'm testing out the camera. I don't know if that was just really uncomfortable. It's me tapping on my phone. I thought we would do this random video. This is my bed, by the way. I've got beautiful green sheets for spring. I thought we could do this little soft-spoken video of looking at my colored pencils. I've been talking to Adrian, shout out, in the comments about art, and I thought of it. So I bought these as a big set, 60 pieces. I bought these when I turned 18. That was my birthday gift to myself. It was quite an expensive gift, to be fair. Don't know if it was the best investment. I've not used them insane amounts throughout the years. We can see that in a second, but I thought we could sort them. Let me be able to open it. This is, I actually don't know if you say like Faber-Castell or something in English, but it is Faber-Castell, which is a German, I think it's a German brand actually, I'm not sure. This is all of them. Some of them have been replaced, like some of these are not the original colors that were in here. And it's really funny, I noticed this earlier when I was looking. Currently my nails are not yet done, I need to do like another layer, but I'm trying out different toppers. Like this is like the ring finger is the normal base color, it's called Saltwater Happy. Check out my nail polish video on my channel as well, but I'm trying out different toppers, and I realized, and this is one of my favorite nail polish colors, and I realized that the pencil that is shortest is this one, which is actually very, very similar to my favorite nail polish color. It is one of my favorite colors in general. I don't know how we're gonna do this, but I thought we could sort them. So let's say we do, because like color is kind of hard to sort, but this is clearly not sorted, so I think we could do like white to yellow to red maybe, or like through pink maybe through orange and then through pink and then like purple, blue, green potentially. We'll see. But white is in the right place. Let's see if it says anything fun on it, or if it's just white. Let's see. Weiss, white. This is technically not how Weiss is spelled in German, because it's supposed to have like a sharp S, so one letter, but that's cool. I actually don't know if these make like nice sounds. I actually don't know. Also, it looks like my hand is super cold. I have these like cold shapes on my, I don't know if you get these, but like when your skin gets these like patches, I don't know what it's called, but actually I'm not cold, so I don't know. Actually, do we go by gray then next? What do we think? Maybe we do white, gray, brown to yellow. How about that? Would that make sense? Or just gray maybe? That's kind of hard to decide. Or maybe we do the gray, if we go from green to gray, in the end to black. How about that? So then we won't do gray in here, so we will remove this one. It's called warm gray. We'll put it to the side. And then we have cobalt, turquoise. I don't know how to pronounce turquoise. It's one of the letters that I struggle with. But this is, that's so funny. That's not the translation. It's called Strohgelb, and the English word is cream. Strohgelb means straw yellow. I actually do think that might be the lightest yellow, so let's put it there. And then let's see if we have another yellow. This one is, okay, Lichtgelb lasierend, light yellow glaze. That is actually good, even though like light yellow implies that it's just a light yellow. but this is not saying it's a light yellow. This is saying it's like, sorry, it's like the yellow of light. So like of the color of light, which is fun. Let's see, these kind of go into green now. It's kind of hard to do that. But maybe we can make that happen. I guess technically then we would need to reconsider. But let's see. You'll just have to deal with me figuring out colors. This is cadmium yellow, light cadmium yellow. Let me just get out the yellows. How about that? And this is Naples yellow. Sure. And then I would call this like a green already, but I think it says, oh, lemon. I guess lemon is kind of green. Let's keep it in here. Then we have, what are you? This is just cadmium yellow. That's cool. And then this is like already getting to an orangish situation. Dark cadmium yellow. That all makes a lot of sense. And then we have this one, which is dark Naples ochre, which is kind of more like a brown situation. Interesting. So I really don't know how we want to do this. But I guess because yellow is just kind of like an in-between color. Because now I'm thinking like this would need to go into green. Not into... I mean, we can also do, you know what? We can also separate it at the yellow. We can say we put this, we say we let the yellow turn into green here. And then to blue, purple, pink. And then red, orange, brown, black. How about that? We can do that. So then I would say that this is already kind of orangey, so it will go, or will it? No. Will it? This is so stupid. I hope this is in some way relaxing. I don't know if it is. I just think that this should go into green. So we'll do it. I've decided we'll do it. So this is the lemon color. We'll put it here. And then we'll put the brown away. We'll look at those when we put them in. And all these blues. I think the point is mostly that there's like no right way to do this. We can do it however we want. Also, this is dusty. Also, I assume you can hear that dog barking. I apologize. Not how I wanted this to go. I guess I would put this in here too, the light cadmium, just so I can make it go like into brown. And my problem is that I would need these to be in here somehow. Where do I put them? I guess my problem really is that from white, it's really hard to go anywhere. You know, we would need to like separate the grays in a way. Now I want to take the yellow out. Interesting. I don't know. Color is hard to sort, but it's fun. So that's okay. Because now I'm looking at this and I'm like, there's a gray here. Why don't we put that with the white? I don't know. Because we have a black. Where's my black? There's my black. Black is also pretty used. So like what color could we see this going from? It would be like a dark blue, right? A dark blue. So if we say like black is going here and then the dark blues, so the dark blues could go through purple, red, orange, yellow. Where is the green? Where does the green go? Where does the green go? I guess there could be two blues. Not sure. I guess let's start with this gray. Do we want that? It's hard to start. You know what? If I'm finding it hard to start with white. How about we just take these out of here and we just start with a black? How about that? How about that? So that's a black. And then we go with a dark blue. How about this? Dark indigo. Pretty. Goes there. And then we have a bunch of different blues. Which one is darkest, you think? This one? Let's see. That one is mauve. See, I would have said, I mean, that's kind of purple. Now that I'm looking at it, that's kind of purple. Delft blue. Oh, I love Delft. But that, why does it also look purple now if I'm looking at it in real life? This looks way more purple. It's a challenge. I thought this would be way easier. Okay, so we have, oh my god, Indanthrene blue. Sure. You know what my issue is? I can actually tell you that. My issue is that these are, like, I'm trying to sort via tone and lightness, which is not possible at the same time. Because, like, this is a tone sorting, but also lightness. Like, technically this is darker, but we're putting it somewhere else because we're sorting via tone. Not how light it is. So let's see, this one also looks kind of purplish. It's helio blue, reddish. So that should go somewhere more purpley. Are you more purple? You are. Okay. What are you? Prussian blue. See, this is giving green. That's giving green. It is giving green. How do we do that? Just changed hands, I hope. Hi, this is my right hand. I think we just gotta commit. We can also resort, I guess, in the end, but this is like dark blue going into purple, and this is a blue that seems to be going into green. So maybe, I don't know, but I don't know. I don't know. Okay, so purple should be going into purple, I guess. What is this one? What is this one? Purple violet. That sounds like it would be good to mix to the blue. And then what else do we have that needs to go in here? Maybe something. This is almost too red now. If we wanted to go into purple first. I guess the other side of blue would be green, which is why this would go like on the other side. We will see. We will see. Actually, maybe that is a good thought, that we just decide where to cut it off. I mean, that's obvious, but I haven't said it. If we decide, okay, we put purple is like a transition color, right? If we're saying, okay, the three basic colors in paint are red, yellow, and blue, so it would be like blue, red, yellow, and then it would need to be like green, because if I'm thinking like, okay, this is a continuous thing, so blue would go through purple into red, would go through orange into yellow into green. How about that? Because green would go to blue, so that would mean that we move the purples a little bit over here, a little bit over here. It's also slightly aggressive. I hope that's not a problem. Or like, maybe I'll put it in the title. So that would mean that, am I putting black in the middle? Or am I just putting black and white like separately? Because now I have like several other blues that would need to go in here. So these I think are all blue, even though, oh, there's also another one. Let's say, okay, so this one probably next to this one. What's it called? It's called Prussian blue. We already looked at it. What's this one called? What's this one called? What's this one called? Hello. Bluish turquoise. Turquoise. I don't know. And then, oh, we have to move them again. That's fine. This one has phthalo blue. That's lovely. That's a classic. Okay, let's count actually. We need 4 more spaces. So let's move this over. Let's move this over. Phthalo blue is a classic if you've watched Bob Ross before. Love. This was entirely, what did I do? I'm mathing wrong. It's so funny. There's also this one, which I guess could be argued to be blue. Maybe like almost this. See, this is like almost purplish, but I don't know, maybe we can do it like this. It kind of doesn't make much sense because it goes, sorry, I didn't show you. That kind of doesn't make much sense because it goes back to like a warmer blue, but we'll do it anyway. And also that was wrong. I sorted it way wrong because this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spaces, and I just need 5. So not entirely wrong, but a little bit wrong. It's a messy video for me. Because maybe it's enjoyable anyway. A little bit of sorting. And if I sorted it entirely wrong, feel free to tell me. We can do part 2 of me fixing it. Okay, we'll do this one next then. This one is called Cobalt Turquoise. What is this one? Cobalt Green. I don't think that's green. I think that's blue. Cobalt, I guess, is a blue, so. And then we have phthalo blue. We looked at it. See, I don't know about this sorting yet. Maybe we could put the green with the green. And this is ultramarine, is it? Yes. Pretty. And this is my favorite. It is light ultramarine. I mean, this looks pretty, but it doesn't feel quite right. Let's put this one with the green, actually, maybe. Like, maybe we can put that, yeah, I think that's cool. This one is too blue for me to put with the green. That was loud. Okay, maybe finally we will have sorted these blues for the last time. At least it looks pretty. That's great. So now, cool. I think that's cool. This will go with green. Now we have purples and pinks. Purples and pinks. Let me get these in one spot. I feel like that's the one that's working best. This is a pinkish red, I think. And then these should count. These should count. I guess this could go over brown to orange as well, because this could be like a great to brown transition. And then this is purplish or pinkish. And this is a reddish purple as well. We have so much red. So much red. Get out the red as well. So we have so much red to sort. And I think it should go in here. And there's another red. And another red. And then brown, orange. Yeah, I think we're getting somewhere. Okay, so purple transition. I think this one next, maybe. This one is called Middle Purple Pink. That sounds perfect for this position. Middle Purple Pink should maybe go into actual pink. Maybe. So that would be, should it? I think so. So this is Rose Carmine or Carmine. Actually don't know. And then maybe, no, I'm not sure which one next, because I would think this one, what are you called? Pink Madder-like. That's really funny. The English is, the German is Krapelacke-rosa. I don't know what Krapelacke is, but it would mean like a lacquer. That looks good. I think that looks nice. Now we have another pink that could maybe go. Does this work? No, that's too heavy, too intense. Maybe we could go the other way. If we go like this, I think I maybe like that more. And then we can go this way next. This is permanent carmine. Great. And then how about this? This is madder, so Krapelacke. So apparently Krapelacke is madder. Krapelacke sounds like such an aggressive term. I'm all against saying German sounds aggressive, but Krapelacke is an aggressive word. And then we have maybe these ones. Which one's first? What do we think? What do we think? I think maybe this one first. Yeah, I don't know. What are you called? Deep scarlet red. Cool. And then, you know, I think the other one first. I think this one first. What are you? Pale geranium lake. I don't know what the lake is supposed to mean. Okay, I had to take a little break, but we're back. I think that looks nice. Now we're moving on to this like pinkish brown situation. Probably it's just this pink now, I think, because that's kind of hard to get into brown. Maybe we can just do the pink now. How do we feel about that? That's a bit of a strong difference though. Maybe we'll move it. Maybe we'll put the pink here and then just hope that works. Let's do, how do I do this? Just I'll move them over and we'll see if we can make this pink fit in here. It's kind of a weird pink. It's kind of a weird pink. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe it can be here. Is that weird? No, I think that kind of works actually. What are you called? It's called Hello Medium Flesh. That's why it's weird, because it's a weird color. At least I'm thinking of these browns that we want that to fit to later. I mean, I guess technically this would be a good match for the brown. I'm gonna remove the pink again. I don't like it there. This is basically just all y'all watching me stress about colors. But I guess that's fine. I think we can make something with this work. Okay, and we will do, just moving everything over here so I can see properly. What are we thinking? I guess technically this could have gone here. But it also does go kind of into a brownish direction. So how about, I mean, what are you called? Red violet. So that should go in between them, the purples. Okay. See, we're making something happen here. Something is being done. I kind of like the sound of the pencils moving, but I don't know if you do. Yeah, that's okay. That's nice. That's nice there. I think somewhat okay. And then we have a red, maybe like a red. This is a middle cadmium red. Pretty sure this is one of the ones I bought separately. It's a little more destroyed. I have a separate pencil case. I used to use it more often where it has my charcoals, and it had like a red, a yellow, and a blue, so that you can do like basic shading, and I think that's what this one was. And then we have sorry, I'm throwing stuff. This is middle cadmium. See, I think this is the same. Is middle cadmium not the same as middle cadmium? Yes. See, I think I'm missing a color from these. These two they look different, but they are technically the same color. I just bought them at separate places. Like, there's a little bit of a difference here. It's kind of interesting. This one, next one, dark red, lovely, very pretty. You can see here that, like, this is the tone thing I was talking about. Like, this one is darker, obviously, and you want to put it here, but it's more blue, so, you know, kind of hard to separate, but we're getting somewhere. Okay. Maybe, you know what, we're going red to brown, and then orange, yellow, green. How about that? So this one is Pompeian red. Interesting. And maybe then this pinkish rose Venetian red. And then our pink that we already looked at, the medium flesh situation. And then we'll go brown next, I think, because this really fits really well. That is sanguine. Interesting. In German it's Röte, which is technically Röteln are an illness. I don't think that's what this is referencing. But sanguine means like bloody. So that's interesting. And now we have these brown greenish situations. I guess this one we will put to actual green. And we have this one. Maybe this one next, actually. Burnt ochre. Pretty. And then we'll go raw umber. And now the top, I think, is done. We'll remove some of the pencils from down here. The greens. Actually, maybe let's move some of the brown over here. It's just me playing with pencils. I hope it's enjoyable. Okay. I still think that this is too blue for this section. Should I undo everything at the top just to move this here? Because I think it fits better here. It's so stupid, but I think I'm gonna do it. Okay, then we'll have a starting point here with the brown. I'm gonna move all of these over ones. Let me also make you watch that, or let you watch that. I don't know if this is satisfying, but it's just me playing and sorting. And I love sorting. It might be the tism. Okay, let's put this one over here. And then, once again, the tone versus lightness conversation. I think that's better. Okay, move down. There, okay. Now we have this brown, and we're moving on from the brown to an orange. So we need to figure out how to get to this orange, essentially. Like, which of these browns would work best? I guess this one. So we would go this one next. Oh, I like this color a lot. I have this as a nail polish as well, this kind of color. Van Dyke blue, which is also a color that Bob Ross uses. This also is wrong here. This needs to go with the grays. Walnut brown. Pretty. And then burnt sienna. I thought sienna is spelled with two N's. Oh well. And then we move on to orange. Dark cadmium orange. And just cadmium orange. And dark chrome yellow. And then we have all of these yellows to sort. I think this one next. It's a dark cadmium yellow. That makes sense. And then we have, which one of these do we think is darker? Are these the same again? Let's look at them. That is a, oh my god, that's so shiny, I can't read it. Naples ochre, dark Naples ochre, and Naples yellow. That makes sense that that would be the same. So we will put the dark Naples ochre first because that sounds darker. So if you hear that car, I'm so sorry. There we are. That is already looking way prettier than before. Now we have just the cadmium yellow. And then we have light cadmium yellow. And we have light yellow glaze. And we have, I think this is cream. Yes, the cream. And then I think this is the lemon. Yes, cadmium yellow lemon. And now we move on to the greens. I think this is a good selection. Bit of a weird mix up here, but that's okay. This is just light green. That's a bit of a boring name. Give it a prettier name. It's a pretty color. It matches my bed sheets, sort of. It's a bit bluer. Or maybe actually not this one next. I think this one next because it's more yellow than blue. Earth green, yellowish, exactly. And then we have this one. And then we have these ones that are greens, some greens. I think something like this probably. Something like that. Let me just mess it up again. There. Okay. So that's leaf green. Very nice. And this one is emerald green. Technically that's a bluish green, which I guess makes sense that it would be here now. Dark phthalo green. Nice. See, it makes sense that now we're moving into bluer greens and then to gray because black and gray are kind of separate from everything. So this would go into here. Then we would obviously like restructure these a little bit so that this would be on the outside. But I don't think we need to do that. I think it's pretty like this. So now a dark green maybe. What is this one? Deep cobalt green. Pretty. And pine green, also really pretty, gorgeous. I need to sharpen some of these. And then this one maybe next. What are you? Juniper green. Juniper. And then maybe this one. Chromium green opaque. Interesting. And I think interesting I've said like 15 times this video. Olive green yellowish. Don't care, you're still going here, you're not going with the yellows. And then see, this one's lighter, but like if I'm thinking about these in what order these should go, I do think this one should go with like, I guess the white would need to be I don't know. If we're going in terms of lightness, I think this order maybe, or this order. I think I like this order the most. So that is warm gray. And also dust from all the pencils. And cold gray. That makes sense then. And cold gray 2. Is it a 2? I think that's a 2. Yes. And warm gray 2. See, that makes sense that I liked it that way because it was like it goes through the cold grays to the warm gray. Okay. I think that looks beautiful. How do we feel about this? I think it's kind of pretty that there's a change in color in the middle of all of these. Like, I could have sorted it so that it started, like the orange would be on this side, so that there would be like more of a separation of different colors in these different sections. But I actually kind of like it like this. Pretty. I actually don't know if any of the sounds that I made for this were relaxing or just fun. I don't know. But yeah, we can close it back up. Enough metal tapping is nice. There we are, and there it is sorted. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to leave a comment or a like and maybe subscribe. If you didn't, tell me why. And I hope that whatever you do next, it goes super, 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 super well. And if that is sleeping, sleep well, sweet dreams, and good night.